Good evening, everyone. Wrong one. Hold on. Wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. Good evening. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm your host, the Incredible Sulk. I hope you guys are doing good. Ardenshire made us a new opening, and we're gonna work on fitting it in the best we can. I like it a lot. I want to use it. Just gonna have to figure out how. Thanks for coming. It's Friday night. We're gonna be doing our long Sulk tonight. So buckle up and get ready for that. Yeah. So I'm gonna be here for 4 hours, and gifted subs are appreciated on this night. That way, when we do go to premium at 8 p.m., then we can get as many people across as we can. Usually we do pretty good. So I'm not too worried about it. I know you guys will come through. I believe in you guys. I have faith in you. Just like you should have faith in me. Right? As your cult leader, as the leader of this cult, I believe you should have faith in me as much as you possibly can. And I know you do. I know you believe in me. I really do. Anyways, tonight we're talking about, it's free for all Fridays. Honestly, if you want to send in a video, be my guest. We're going to start off with Death of Millennials. Millennials are dying a lot earlier than they should. And I feel like everybody's noticed this. And I think I have a couple of theories why. But then we'll go, we'll run around and see what happens. I have a few things up, and yeah, should be a good time. Anyways, get comfy, get cozy, grab a nice bottle of something. Doesn't really matter what, right? You're gonna be here for a while, so, you know, smoke your weeds or drink your alcohols or do whatever you do. If you're working, keep working. I know it's early. And if you are driving, please continue to drive safely and get home safely. I would very much appreciate that. Anyways, I'm the Incredible Sulk. It is a Friday night. It's Friday. And this is the Sulk stream. And I'm the Incredible Sulk. Did I already say that? Anyways, this is called The Real Reason Why Millennials Are Dying Younger Than Ever. Ever? That's oddly titled. Anyways, enjoy.
Facing a new crisis, and it could be fatal. After weathering financial crashes, political dysfunction, and environmental collapse, you would think things couldn't...
Environmental collapse? Did we go through that? Can we breathe the air and stuff like that? Oh, I like how they start off with two gay guys. An interracial gay couple. Roll up in their Miata. So, makes sense. Let's see what happens next, I guess.
Get any worse. But a shocking new threat is emerging. Death rates among young adults are spiking at alarming...
Okay, that's AIDS. Come on, dude. That's obviously AIDS. They both died of AIDS.
Speed. Unlike previous generations,
AIDS.
millennials in the U.S. are heading to an
AIDS.
early grave faster than anyone expected.
I'm gonna get comfortable.
On today's episode of the Infographic Show,
Take my
we're
socks
breaking
off.
down why this generation is dying younger than any in recent history. After
Taking my
decades
socks
of
off.
progress in human health...
I'm gonna be here for a while. I was playing a lot of Battlefield 6 for like hours. And then I took a nap, and then I'm here.
the lifespans, doctors and scientists started noticing something strange. Namely,
Ardenshire says, I remember when Friday used to mean something. Yeah. When you were like a kid and stuff, you got freedom on the weekends. But now you don't get freedom on the weekends. Now you just have to do your side hustle and stuff, right? You got to make money. Make more money.
that mortality among ages 25 to 44...
Make more money. Make more money so you can give it to the cult. That's what's important.
...started surging in 2012 and absolutely spiked during the pandemic. By 2023, death rates among young adults were up by more than 20%.
Renee says, because we all want to fucking kill ourselves. Okay, we can watch something else. I mean, you nailed it. You nailed it. I was going to say a lot of things that aren't really YouTube friendly. Like the squirty thing. But yeah, that is pretty much the long and short of it as well. People are bummed. People fucking hate their lives. And obviously they saw the boomers have a bunch of fun and, They had a great life. It was easy to do anything. Al Bundy sold shoes. He had a 2-story house in the burbs and 3 kids. And you're considered a loser. Now, you're a loser if you don't have a car to sleep in
just 4 years.
That's if you're a loser. That you're a loser if you can't afford a car to sleep in. But it's, I mean, then you're a winner. If you have a car that you can sleep in, then you're a winner.
Expected. That surge meant tens of thousands of lives.
It's a kind of a hellscape.
The increase in deaths is not
that.
solely or even majorly attributable to the pandemic. Every country experienced an increase in mortality at that time. In the U.S., that increase was even more drastic because of more relaxed regulations and lower rates of vaccine.
More relaxed regulations, right? And everyone's dying of the coof. Everyone was dying of the coof. Did anybody get COVID? I got COVID. I think I got COVID. And I got sick, but it was the flu. I didn't die. It wasn't that bad. But, like, millennials dying from it?
In adoption, for every 2 pandemic-caused deaths in peer countries, the U.S. experienced 3.
Pure countries? Did he say pure countries? Did he say pure countries?
However, the rise in millennial deaths was already happening for years before the lockdown, and it has continued after the steep decrease in mortality.
Because it fucking sucks, dude. It sucks being a millennial. I'm sure Gen Z has it worse. I'm sure of that. I feel bad for Gen Z, but maybe, you know, that'll be like the last straw, and then they'll turn it around, and then Generation Alpha will have a good time. Maybe.
From COVID-19, especially in the United States. In the U.S.,
Renee says, I keep trying to die, but God won't let me. Well, listen to God. If he doesn't want you to die yet, then maybe you shouldn't. I'm just saying, maybe there's a reason that you have to live through this hellish landscape that we didn't, it's not our fault, trust me. But like, we have to endure it just because, I mean, life is suffering. So, buck up.
Around 3 million people die every year. If America matched its peer nations in health outcomes,
Gen Z at least has better parents sometimes anyways. Yeah.
And 4 of those lives could be saved. But for the 25 to 44 age group, the gap is even more staggering. 62% of deaths in that group wouldn't have happened elsewhere. There's been a small rise in young adult deaths worldwide, but nowhere is the surge as extreme as in the United States. So what is driving this? And
I think I know. Well, besides the deaths of despair, right? Alcoholism, suicide, fentanyl. It's also that other thing that we were all forced to take during a certain year that starts with a 1 and rhymes with sign.
Why is the problem hitting the U.S. harder than anywhere else?
Bloated side clean.
Well, let's start with
real subtle. I'm really subtle there. I'm really knocking it out with how subtle. And I'm not talking the actual virus, all right? Everyone knows what I mean. I have to tiptoe around it. Otherwise, I get my channel nuked.
With the U.S. millennial deaths, you can't talk about them without talking about the
Big B says, I was going to say embrace the sulk, but that sounds gay. No, come on in, bud. Come on in. Right here. There's a spot for all of you. These arms are big. You know, there's plenty of room for everybody.
Opioid crisis. Drug overdoses are the #1 cause of excess deaths in the 25 to 44 age group. An analysis of CDC data found that between 2007 and 2017,
you guys stop.
Drug-related deaths
Renee's
among
Lucas,
rose
stop.
by 108%.
All right, we're talking about early death. Okay, this is not an AOL chat room.
1999 to 2017.
Unless like Renee's like 7 years old and Lucas is like 45.
Rates of fatal opioid overdoses increased by
it's like one of those chat rooms.
500%, and overdoses from synthetic opioids like fentanyl saw a 6,000% increase. The opioid
Don't be
epidemic
jealous,
played a
John.
huge
Okay,
part in the
you're right. I'll just mind my business and focus on millennials dying.
Crisis. In the late
my
1990s,
business.
prescription opioids became widely available. Most patients weren't warned that the pills came with brutal side effects and a massive risk of addiction. When regulatory services caught up and doctors stopped throwing opioids at patients, for every sprained muscle, it was already too late. Millions were already addicted, so they either got them illegally or they moved on to the closest thing they could.
What, fentanyl? Fentanyl? I don't know, man. Look, I mean, people don't want to do drugs unless things suck, right? People don't want to do a bunch of drugs unless shit just sucks. And shit sucks right now. So let's stop blaming the actual drugs. Boomers did tons of drugs. Don't even say that they didn't. Boomers did tons of drugs. And some of them did die from drugs. But like, shit was awesome for them. And they had like tons of money and they could basically do whatever they wanted and like have families and multiple houses and like have ski chalets, right? Do you have a ski chalet? No, you don't even have one house. So there's no reason to do drugs if like all your dreams are coming true and you could basically run everything and have fun all the time. So we don't have the ability to afford that, but drugs are cheap, right? So you could go on a little mini vacation in your mind while still sitting in your living room saving money. Drugs are cheap compared to a ski chalet or a jet ski.
Could find on the street. Heroin. These aren't small
My mom stole my drugs. Well, that's a bummer.
numbers of people either. The American Psychiatric Association estimates that anywhere between
You should put like Tic Tacs in your pill bottles. And then you'll be like, I smell fresh breath on you. She's like, nah, man, I'm just high.
3 to 12% of people treated with opioids for chronic pain will develop an addiction.
Lucas has a very, I mean, whatever works.
Or abuse with negative consequences. Maybe that's why 4 to 6% of those who misuse opioids end up doing heroin. That may not.
What is misuse? What is misuse? What is, like, really though? I mean, like, you are suffering some sort of pain, whether it be physical or psychological. You're using drugs, like fentanyl, to alleviate that pain. I don't see that as misuse. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, look, I know a lot of people who have like houses and cars and stuff like that who are also on painkillers every single day. My grandparents. But they don't seem to, it's not a problem when they do it, right? It's only a problem if you're lying on the street and stuff like that. Well, a lot of people are lying on the street. That's because it's the only place people can afford to live. Old people don't need to do that. They can lie on their couch.
Sound like a huge number until you realize how many people abuse opioids. In fact, nearly 80% of heroin users say they
Yeah, John, I'm Brangelina now. Yeah, okay, great. It's a fish. I love it.
started with prescription painkillers. However, there's a new drug.
Lucas says, let's fucking relax. Let's just pop some pills and get fucking itchy right now, right? Would you like me for 4 hours? Just a 4-hour stream of just me like in a K-hole, right? Just doing the fent bent. I'm just live streaming my fent bent. Just 4 hours of this. I fucking hate those drug addicts, dude. Look, dude. Just go into the woods or something like that. Go lean somewhere in the woods. Or a house would be better, but I know you can't afford a house. And it's not because you're like spending all your money on drugs. This isn't a thing the boomers think, right? Oh, they're spending all their money on drugs, so they can't afford a Ferrari. They can't afford their several houses and stuff. No, you have a misconception on how much houses cost and how much drugs cost. They are completely different, dude. It's completely different. And then the boomers come in, well, we just worked harder and we're smarter and everything like that. And it's just like, my God. How do you expect us not to do drugs? I mean, how do you expect us not to do drugs? After listening to all this fucking nonsense where you completely misunderstand, intentionally, I would have to assume it's intentional, right? Because I can't believe there would be somebody so naive, but they are. They are that just completely and overall, completely naive. But it's got to be somewhat intentional. Come on.
Drug running laps around heroin these days. Fentanyl. According to
we can make some drinking game out of it. What?
Congress, overdose deaths from fentanyl over to
Every time somebody overdoses on fent, we take a shot. We're going to be lit, dude. We're going to be wrecked.
Deaths from heroin and prescription pain pills by 2016. And by 2022, 90% of opioid-related overdose deaths involved fentanyl.
Renee says, wedding planning is in process. So far, there will be pickles and an open bar. Am I the guy? Am I like the officiant? Do I get to wear like a robe and stuff like that? And because I'll do that.
A lot of people who died from fentanyl didn't even take it on purpose. Drugs like cocaine are often laced with fentanyl, sometimes by mistake, sometimes to make them stronger with a cheap...
No, baby, I get to pick the gift registry. I'm picking the gift registry. And it's probably just going to be guns and ammo. Just various guns and ammo. I'm trying to arm like an army, so yeah. You know. AR-15s and ammo and various sidearms.
Powerful kick, resulting in accidental ODs. But why is the U.S. uniquely susceptible to drug deaths? A study in
Goofy Boots wants a funny invitation. A funny invitation. I don't know. Think of one.
And Development Review.
I'm not here to work, okay? This is Friday. This is my Friday, too. So I'm just going to lay back and let the dollars fly at me. Look, how much have we made so far? We have made $0. That's fine, too. We're thinking of invitations. You got to save that money for invitations and ammo.
Found that drug overdose death rates for the past decades are 3.5.
Make a game out of your Fent episode stream, like every time you nosedive, we have to drink. No, because I'm not going to be moving all that much, right? Every time Jess has to come in and Narcan me, you take a drink, which will probably be a lot.
Times higher in the U.S.
Because every time I'm okay. And I just like, hey, Big B, you got a sub. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
Than in 17 other high-income countries on average. And that's why the USA has 4% of the world's population, but 27% of international drug overdose deaths. So while the OECD countries experienced 30 deaths per million inhabitants in 2019 because of opioids, the US experienced 223 opioid-related deaths per million. That is
per million? Is that high? Is that high? Hey, Ben, how's it going? $5. Says, I don't know what this is for. Maybe quit crying, man. Me? I'm not crying. I mean, I don't show you that I'm crying.
Is not much of a surprise.
I do cry.
If you consider the
I cry regularly.
Fact that the U.S. has the highest rates of prescription drug abuse and
I drink like a man, right? If I feel sad, which is actually kind of often, I don't know if you guys have like noticed the title of this show. I do have a little bit of a depression streak in me. I try to put it on the back burner and like tamp it down as much as I can, but sometimes you just need good old alcohol.
General drug use.
Should I put some drinks on tonight? I haven't had a drink in a while. Should I put some drinks on tonight?
Disorder in the rich world. Of those,
you guys vote on that.
Taking prescription pain meds, abuse rates in the EU hovered between 7 and 13%.
Mr. Footbig says drugs kick ass. Dude, you don't need to start. Look, you don't need to have like an advertising campaign and be like, you guys, drugs are really good. You should try them. You don't need to do that. They sell themselves. They literally sell themselves. That's how good they are, right? You don't need to have like a Geico lizard or some caveman being like, it's so easy. Caveman can do it. And then he snorts a line of Coke. No, you just like, you see your friends doing it and they seem pretty cool and they seem to be having a lot of fun. And then they're like, yo, you got to try this shit. And then you're like, yeah, why not? And then you're on the bandwagon. And you're in the cool kids club. The cool kids club. All the cool kids do drugs. I don't know what your dare officer told you. But like that guy was a homo. I mean, like he sucks cocks for a living, dude. Prove me wrong.
Depending on the country. And around 20% for...
Ben for a threer says, all right, I didn't expect a 5-minute psychological spiel. Here's 3 more to laugh again. Well, now I'm just going to sit here silently. You don't tell me what to do.
U.S. citizens. As far as general drug use, the U.S. easily wins.
I was telling you how cool drugs are. Is that not good enough for you? I'm sorry. They're the bee's knees, man. They are the bee's knees.
Most, if not,
depending on what you use, right? I mentioned alcohol. I'm like, damn, should I drink? I haven't had a drink in weeks.
All other countries. World Population Review states that in 2021, about 3,500 per.
Despite says if he starts drinking now, you won't be able to read the chat by 8. He's right.
100,000 people in the U.S. had drug use disorder.
He is right.
The country with the second highest rate, Canada, had 1,920 per 100,000.
Renee says I can't donate because my ex-husband will still yell at me. Okay, that's fine. Lucas will donate for you. I'll accept Lucas's donations on your behalf. Is that okay, Renee?
People with drug use disorder. And the rates only plummet from there.
Lucas has got you covered. We're a team here. We're a family, right? I am both the child and the father, though. So, it's a unique dynamic.
Crisis is devastating, not just life, but quality of life. Scientists track this with disability-adjusted life years.
It is, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Or dailies, which measure how many healthy years get erased from the average person's life. In 2019, the U.S. had 6.7 dailies.
And Lucas gave it $10 from Renee's, and she says, wait.
Drug use. The next country, Estonia, had just 5.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Renee's, for the $10.
Most wealthy European and Asian countries scored well under 4 dailies.
You're too kind.
Now, it's clear
only
why millennials
Renee's
in the U.S. are
nobody else
dying at higher rates.
except for the other Ben and Ben again, and Big B.
It's from drug overdoses, but it's less clear why they're using and abusing drugs at such higher rates.
But remember, I will take gifted subs, all right? Just saying.
One study by UK epidemiologists found that the more unequal a society, the higher the level of drug use. That is bad news for the U.S., which ranks as one of the most unequal countries in the.
From Goofy Boots for 5, it says from Lucine. Am I mispronouncing that? I must be.
Developed world, scoring higher than almost.
Renee says, sick, I'm donating so much money now. Yeah, everyone just donate on Renee's behalf, right? That way Renee's is running the show. She's running the show. She's already a fucking moderator and a member. And she got a little gold will.
Every OECD nation except Turkey.
Lucane. Is it a long U? Would there be a line over the U? And Ane? Lucas Renee. Oh, God, I'm fucking retarded.
Mexico. But let's look at
Why would you say it like that? Why don't you say Renas? That's so much better.
Another big cause of millennial death to understand what's happening to young Americans. Because deaths from drug overdoses are grouped under the headings
Renas is a million times better.
deaths of despair, which also includes deaths from alcohol.
Renee says, I do run this bitch. So thanks, chat. You really do run a good show, Renee. It's getting pretty popular.
From 2007 to 2017, alcohol-related deaths in the U.S. increased by 69% among millennials. The causes of alcoholism and drug addiction are very similar. Economic instability, mental health struggles, and social...
Lucas says rank ass is not... No, rank ass is not good. Renas is fine. Rank ass is not good.
Isolation, a huge...
Lucanazed. That sounds like a Mexican candy that has too much lead in it.
Issue among younger generations all drive people
like most Mexican candies
toward self
that I had tons of because it's lead based, right? I didn't have to. That way, I wouldn't have to eat so much paint, so many paint chips.
Medication, and millennials are dealing
made me funny
with all of it. They entered the workforce at, as one medical website puts
it. No, they're not Brangelina and Bennifer level now. All right, what would me and Jess be, John? John and Jess don't. It doesn't make sense. So, just Julk, because Sulk and then J, or you could call us couch sulking. That works too.
and
I
interesting
guess.
time, which is an
You
interesting
can just call us John and Jess. That works. Like a lot. Like all the time.
way to say that they were screwed before they even
Renakis
graduated.
ain't bad. Renakis ain't bad. Renakis sounds like he's going to go fight in the Coliseum.
The Great Recession made the
That's
career
pretty
ladder
sick,
more of a
actually.
Frogger-style race for most millennials. In an attempt to keep their
Jonas.
jobs, they went above and
Jonas? Just spells Jones.
beyond, destroying their work-life balance and giving themselves panic attacks. On top of this, the average millennial carries
I
more
love the brainstorming we're doing right now. Yeah, well, we are knocking it out of the park.
than $87,000 in debt.
We got some
with
good ones
prices
so far.
skyrocketing. It's no wonder the
I gotta keep an eye just in case somebody wants to hit me on my Ko-Fi, my PayPal. It comes up on my phone because I don't know how to do anything. I'm not tech savvy.
entire generation is absolutely freaking out. A full 20% of
Couch sulking sounds like Mormon sex act. I like it. Yeah, we have our friends jump on the bed so I don't have to stroke myself.
U.S. adults have a mental health diagnosis, like anxiety or depression. That is
Do it! Jumping up and down on the bed. Oh my God, dude, the Mormons are weird. And if you're a Mormon, no offense or anything like that. But that's weird, dude. You think Mormons would watch this show? I don't think a Mormon would watch this show.
is one of the highest rates among wealthy
possible.
countries. And while they are the most likely to seek professional help,
Despite it says Geon. Like Kings of Geon.
they're also the most likely to have
Maybe.
access or affordability issues. Among U.S. adults in emotional distress, about half blame
Hello,
social and
Christian.
economic worries.
I can deal with Mormons better than JWs. Dude, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. Did you know that? Like, never celebrated a birthday or a holiday, no Christmas for me, nothing like that growing up. Still today. Parents don't call me on my birthday. You might be like, wow, that's pretty sad. It is.
a much higher share than in other countries.
It is.
And it's fueling
Yeah.
another major
Yeah,
crisis.
it really fucked me up. Thanks for, thank you.
Between 2014 and 2017, depression and hyperactivity
Nope, you're better now. Sad. Okay, thanks.
disorders like
Thanks.
anxiety and ADHD jumped 30% among millennials. No
My buddy knows your show. He's a former Mormon. Oh, that's cool. Hey, what's up, Big B's buddy? He should show up, right? He should knock on my door. I won't tell him to go away. I'll be like, come on in.
wonder if somebody
Tell
turned to alcohol or fentanyl to cope.
Tell me about the things in the hat that you read.
But if alcohol use is dropping overall, how can alcohol
My parents still JW. They don't like go or anything. They don't seem like they don't go. They just don't celebrate holidays. It's just like a weird thing, you know. It's like my dad's mom was like really into it, but she's been dead for like 20 years. I mean, maybe not that long. It's been a while, and so it's like. We go to like the Baptist church, right? Me and Jess, and we do like Christmas and birthdays. Obviously, we try to be as normal as possible, even though it is me and Jess, and like we're not gonna be normal. We know we're not gonna be normal. We're kind of fucked up as it is. But we try our best for our kids, right? We're trying to give them like a reasonable standard of living, because growing up like that is isolating as fuck, dude. It is isolating as fuck, and because you're not supposed to associate with people outside of that organization. Even though like my parents weren't like devout in any way, we didn't go knocking on doors, even though my cousins did. It's just, they're a bunch of fucking weirdos, dude. I'm telling you, like the inside of those places, they don't have windows. And that's for a reason. Those people are weird.
related deaths be climbing?
Ben says, I just had a hard time trying to convince a JW family to allow a blood transfusion for a child. Yeah, no, they don't like that. That's against the rules. For some, I know it's just, yeah, it's against the rules.
Gallup poll in the summer of 2025 found that only 54% of U.S. adults drink alcohol at all. the lowest percentage ever found.
I mean, I wouldn't want a blood transfusion, but not for religious reasons. I just think it's icky. I don't want other people's blood inside me. But like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna be like, okay, fine, yeah, I give it. But it's still fucking gross. Ew.
in the poll's 90-year history, attitudes toward alcohol.
Mainly because it's icky. No other like theological reasons beyond that. But I'm not going door to door and fucking knocking on doors. Absolutely not. There is no fucking way I would do that. I don't even believe a lot of the things. Okay, the JWs had some good points about like how women shouldn't be in charge of anything. I was like, okay, I'm on board with that. But like, then they have a bunch of other weird things about. Let me think. I wasn't the greatest at it. I must have gone to the Kingdom Hall is what it's called, like maybe a dozen times in my life. So I couldn't tell you everything they believe, but it's I don't know. It's like very Old Testament kind of, but and it's very strict. It's very strict, and it's like quasi-Jewish? I don't know, dude. I mean, they celebrate Passover. And like, yeah. It's weird, dude.
Are shifting fast. Half of adults aged 35 to 50.
It's obviously not Judaism, right? Because, I mean, come on. But, but it's weird. It's a weird. I mean, it is a cult. Let's not beat around the bush. It's absolutely a cult. And so like I kind of came from that background, and so like I could run a cult, and so that's how I got into this business.
54 now say even moderate drinking is bad for your health. Among younger people,
they're responsible for the first marijuana laws in the US. Get the fuck out of here. Really? No way.
it's even stronger. 2/3 of 18 to 34-year-olds agree. So then, how?
And by the way, the JWs are only, like, I think they were founded in, like, 1870. So they have not been around for very long at all.
Are deaths from alcohol up by 69%? Unfortunately.
Big B says they'll excommunicate you for not following the rules. I know that. It's called disfellowshipped, and it is, it'll destroy your life. Yeah, being disfellowshipped will destroy your life. Not my life, because I don't give a fuck about those people. But this is why you're supposed to only hang out with other J-dubs, right? You're supposed to work for the Kingdom Hall. Your life is supposed to revolve around the Kingdom Hall. That way, disfellowshipping you is actually a proper, is a good way to control you. Because if your entire life revolves around the church, then disfellowship is a very serious punishment. So, yeah, they don't want your friends to be outside of the organization. They don't want your family to be outside of the organization. It all has to, yeah. Yeah, they don't talk to me. My family members, they don't talk to me. And I don't care. I don't care. I mean, my parents, well, I mean, they're busy. They're busy. I don't see them much.
The experts don't have a lot of answers. One explanation.
Ben says, shit, I feel bad for bringing up JW. Oh, well, I mean, it does explain a lot. Look, the JW thing wasn't even the main issue in my life. I had untreated ADD for like 30 years, and that was also very difficult to deal with. So that on top of the JW thing, it was very isolating for me. That, and I don't, like, me and my parents' relationship is not great. You know, there is a confluence of issues in my life that have led me to be a streamer. All right? You witnessing that of what I do should be like, wow, some things went wrong in John's life, right? But I pulled my way out of it. I got a wife and kids, and I got a house, and I have my things, and I'm happy enough. All right? Some therapy might be useful, but like therapy never worked for me. So that's why I do this. That's why I do this. Maybe I'm a little insane too. So yeah, all of that. All of that.
Is that the millennials giving up alcohol were mostly
This seems deeply personal.
moderate drinkers anyway. People
Welcome to streaming, Goofy Boots. I know you do it too. You know, sometimes you just have to air it out, bruh. Sometimes you just have to air it out. This is therapy for me, right? You guys pay me to hear me whine and bitch. And sometimes I'll make a joke. Sometimes.
people who weren't at high risk of dying in their 30s or 40s.
And by therapy, you mean video games? No, hentai porn. Thanks.
But the heavy drinkers,
That's my therapy. The octopus tentacle. That's very soothing for me.
haven't stopped. In fact, many may be drinking even more.
Chat is probably way more effective than actual therapy. I've had therapists. And I've liked some of them. I've disliked some others, but the last guy I had he was super nice. He was a super nice dude. But, I was paying him every time to go there, and I was just getting him to laugh, right? He liked me. I liked him, but it was just like, I feel like I don't feel like we're getting anywhere. You know, I don't feel like we're getting anywhere. I'm just paying you. And then, yeah. So I had to stop going.
Under social and financial pressure. The Commonwealth Fund tells the story of Brittany Rose Hallett, a millennial suffering from...
Foot says, at least John isn't muted. No, but I'm muted on the inside. My inner child is muted. Right? Because everyone told him to shut up. And here I am, years later. And you guys are like... Why does John shut up so often?
Unfortunately,
and that hurts a lot more than you guys think it does.
And millennial issues, student debt,
call me gay all you want,
and unemployment, despite trying desperately to find a job. Unfortunately, it led to her.
I just don't want to cry about my dead war buddies anymore. Were you in the army? Were you?
Developing an alcohol disorder and developing fatal pancreatitis. She died.
Really helped you hone in that type 5, though. I know you're joking, but it did. Yeah.
In 2014, at the age of...
I did stand up for a long time. I know you know that. All right. And yeah, I didn't tell jokes about, but I don't know what I told jokes about. My jokes were non sequiturs. Kind of like heroin comedy, like Mitch Hedberg-y.
26. There are entire pages and groups on Facebook of...
John, do you know nothing about my friends? About your friends? About our friends? No.
Families honoring millennial relatives who died of diseases like
Who?
liver failure and pancreatitis, all before the age of 40. Many of them developed a substance use disorder because of issues like Brittany's. Inequality, stressors, debt, and self-medication.
Hey, babe, they're trying to get my deepest, darkest secrets out of me. I don't appreciate it.
Good fucking luck.
And they're all like, John, you should get hammered. You should just start drinking gin and tonics and stuff like that. I'm like, no, guys, I have a problem. Please.
Well, honey, they can't know.
They can't know? They can't know about my problem? Dude, everybody knows about my problem.
Secret.
My secret? I ride e-bikes. Right?
That quickly spirals into addiction are quite...
Renee's asked if you have any secrets you'd like to share.
No, babe. I got you.
Okay.
Quite literally killing a generation. Perhaps things wouldn't...
Christian says, I've seen the video of you doing... Oh, so you found it. That's only one. I did hundreds of sets. I don't know which one you actually found, but yeah. If you send the link, I'm not watching it.
Wouldn't be as bad if people had better access to mental health care. But as
Big B says you're in a safe place, drink up. I'm just saying, you know.
You're about to see, that is not the case.
What?
Do you want a drink?
I don't, whatever you think, honey.
In addition to the...
If you're like, John, you've been way too sober way too long. I'll be like, I guess.
Economic pressures we mentioned before, there's another epidemic contributing to this cause.
Stop staring at me.
Do you want one?
I'm just sitting here. Okay?
You're being like a woman.
You're a woman.
So death, loneliness. In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General went so
A bunch of up arrows, right?
far as to declare loneliness an epidemic, warning that it's not just bad for
Christian says, I don't want to watch it. It's cool. Well, no. Don't. I mean, like... the one that I saw got dug up was actually me and Jess. We didn't do, like, comedy, like couple comedy. We had separate bits and stuff like that, but we would travel around. And I actually, she just got on shows because she was my, like, girlfriend at the time, and, like, you know, I think she was only dating me because she, like, wanted to, like, be a part of it, and, like, you know, so I was very good.
It is actually killing people. The advisory included research that
where Jess was funny and you were fine.
That said loneliness impacted mortality as much as smoking 15 cigarettes per day. And even though the entire world is getting
nice, thank you.
lonelier, millennials and
yeah, I'll take that drink, babe.
especially millennials
Renee's did it. She broke the seal. Yeah, she actually twisted the knife just right, just so.
in the U.S. are way
You really know how to do that, Renee's. Have fun, Lucas.
more likely to experience it.
In your sweet wedding, we're gonna have it on the compound, right? Because we have a cult and stuff like that. You gotta sign a $1 billion contract, and it's gonna be prima nocta. Holy shit! Wow, that was fast. Forget the prima nocta part. Oh my god.
GovPoll found that 30% of millennials say they often or always feel lonely. Only 20% of Gen
If I start drinking this, it's 7 o'clock now. I might make it to 10. That's 3 hours. 4 hours, I wouldn't make it.
X report the same level of loneliness, and just 15.
Did you spread the craft all over the USA? On the West Coast. I did like up to Seattle, down to LA. I went to like San Francisco and LA a lot. I did like the belly room. I did the belly room the same, like I wouldn't say like open forum, but like Chris D'Elia went up after me, right? And so, like, I've done large clubs. I've done several hundred people rooms in very famous kind of places.
15% of baby boomers. Even the silent generation don't feel nearly as isolated, and many of them are living.
And Chris D'Elia's a fucking dickhead, by the way. He's like just an asshole.
In nursing homes. Maybe that's because in nursing homes you can still make friends, while 22% of millennials said they had no friends. That's compared to 16% of Gen Xers and 9% of baby boomers. And it's not just millennials. Gen Z is even worse off. An astonishing 73% report feeling lonely sometimes or always.
Gen Zers have nothing going for them. Look, I know they're like smart. Look, people are people, right? And so people are always going to be people. I don't think one generation is inherently worse than another generation. It's just certain opportunities come up for some generations, and depending on how they act, like the boomers, they're not smarter than the millennials or the Gen Zers, all right? They're not harder working than the Gen Zers or the millennials. Obviously, everybody knows that's true. But, like, they were able to easily make a living and become very rich doing essentially anything. You sold hot dogs and you'd be able to afford a house that would be worth $1 million today. And then they're just, we're just better than. That's why I judge you, right? If you actually were like, okay, I know I had it easier than you, therefore we're going to try to like coax you along and like not judge you. No, they're the most judgmental people. So, yeah.
Scientists found that so.
Christian's $5. He says, use the mug I got you. The chat will dig it. Okay.
Social isolation causes a 32% higher risk of early death, partly because it causes chronic stress that inflames the body and increases the risk of cancer and heart attacks. And things are worse in the US for a variety of reasons. A more individualistic culture, for example, that doesn't emphasize the need for community, but also for practical reasons like a low supply of mental health workers and even a lower supply of affordable ones. 10% of American adults with a mental illness don't have health insurance. Not that having health insurance made a huge difference. A report by actuary firm Millennial finds 2/3 of Americans with diagnosed mental health conditions couldn't get treatment in 2021, even with health insurance. Across the U.S., a quarter of adults with severe mental health issues, 14 or more mentally unhealthy days a month, say that they can't afford treatment. And for millennials, that is only the beginning. They're also more likely to die from everyday things like car crashes. The media blames millennials for everything, but here's one thing that they actually are worse at than everyone else.
All right.
Driving. Millennials were the generation most likely to be involved in a car crash.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in some car crash. One time I was like in my friend's Volvo, and he was like trying to catch air. It's not in California. Is not like. By the way, I use this thing all the time. California is not like Florida. There's like hills and stuff, so you can like catch air if you like hit it fast enough in a car. Ah! That was foolish. That was foolish. So, yeah, and then we smacked a redwood going like 85, 90 miles an hour. Walked away without a scratch. I did.
At a rate of almost 50,000 drivers and crashes per 1 million population. That's around 30.3% of all U.S. crashes.
I use this thing like almost, well, not almost every day. I use it pretty often.
Experienced Gen Z drivers crashed at a rate of
I do like it. It's a funny mug.
38,000 drivers per 1 million population, mainly because you can't crash if you never leave the house. But even
my boss are white, and so I do. It's technically true. I do love my kids, and so it's true.
accident attorneys agree. Millennials are the worst drivers, and unfortunately that.
Christian says I derail this show all the time. Do not give yourself so much credit, bro. This show is completely off the rails from the get-go.
Also means they lead the nation in the most fatal car accidents. Why? Well, maybe it's because 86% of U.S. millennials admit to using their phone while driving, with over half sending texts and emails on the road. A third even check Instagram behind the wheel, because seeing if that girl you like saw your heart emoji message is totally worth your life.
I don't look at my phone when I'm driving. I listen to YouTube videos. I'm always listening to YouTube videos. Always.
Obviously, checking if someone saw your heart emoji is worth risking your life. But there are two mostly...
I look at Twitter and be like, yep, calling me gay, calling me gay, calling me gay. I made a post, 0 likes, calling me gay, yep.
People problems that are also causing...
It's not good news. Everything that doesn't involve me is all like, oh, something terrible happened and you need to know about it. Like, do I?
Millennials to die younger, heart disease and strokes, even though some risk factors for those diseases are going down.
Text messaging is seriously dangerous. Yeah, especially when you're drunk, dude. You'll say some wild shit. Oh, you mean like behind the wheel?
Yeah. Down among millennials, especially smoking. The rest...
Don't be gay. Don't be a homo.
Their problems are more than making up for it.
I'm talking about this. Smoking is cool, all right? There's a reason why people keep doing it. Because it feels good and it makes you look cool.
To start with, while only 9% of millennials smoke, 14% vape. Since vaping makes you 34% more likely to have a heart attack.
Not true.
That is not really helping. Combined with...
Where'd you get that data? Where did you get that data? How could you possibly have that data? How could you possibly have that data? Did you do a double-blind study? How could you possibly have that data? That is an outright lie.
Stress, loneliness, and things like obesity and a sedentary lifestyle.
See, this is why I fucking hate when people use statistics. It's just like, there is no way you could possibly accrue that kind of data. Like, okay, people have been vaping for what, 10 years? And then you're all like, oh, yeah, then we have it's very clear. The evidence is very clear. Are you sure there's not a million other factors during that same 10 years that also may have contributed to it? Maybe like a global squirt. And we got...
These behaviors are wreaking havoc on millennial hearts.
Clove cigarettes are disgusting. But why would you bring that up? Only Southeast Asians smoke clove cigarettes. It's terrible.
Heart failure-related mortality is going up across the board. But according to a Duke University study, between 2012 and 2021, it's gone up by around 906% in people under the age of 45. No wonder millennials may be the first generation we know of to live shorter lives than those before them.
Fuck it. Let's just party. Let's just party.
Than those who went through the plague, or the smallpox party that the Europeans brought to the Americas. When it comes to strokes, Reuters researcher Dr. Condé Anand discovered a disturbing pattern. Since 1960, each new generation faces a higher risk of dying from an ischemic stroke at any age. Dr. Anand...
Strokes. Blood clots. Again, are we sure? Are we sure it wasn't something that we all had to take during a certain time period that I cannot say without getting banned on YouTube?
listed obesity, diabetes, and stress as the main reason. And millennials are said to be the heaviest generation of all.
Yeah, I'm pretty buff. So this is all muscle. This is muscle right here. So that's what's up.
Cancer Research UK, yes, this even applies outside of the US for once, found that 7 out of 10 millennial Britons either already are or will be overweight or obese by the time they hit their late 30s. Among the baby boomers, only 5 in 10 were. This may be...
Major Tom smokes cloves? Major Tom is a psychopath, dude. I mean, I like Tom. He seems like a cool guy, but like he's just fucking crazy.
Why a United Healthcare study found millennials are more at risk than Gen Z. They are 106%.
Ben says, "Oh come on, the efficacy was 98%, then 78%, then 55%, then a booster." Oh, I see. You don't want to get too close. You don't want to, because if I start telling the truth, then I'm gonna get my fucking channel wiped, and then all this work. I've been doing this for like 3 years now. I think it's like almost 3 years. It's all going to get wiped.
% more likely to be hospitalized for diabetes, and 55% more likely to visit the ER or urgent care for hypertension. The American Millennial Health Report shows millennials have higher rates of chronic disease than Gen X had at the same age.
Duh. Well, look, Gen X, look, the worst part about being Gen X was just like, oh, what's it all mean? Oh man, I have my stable job and I can like afford my stuff, and it's like, oh, I just have this existential crisis about my place in the world and stuff. Oh, wow, that's really fucking sad. Why don't you go like watch The Matrix or something, or like any of the other blockbuster movies that came out during your generation that were actually totally kick ass? I'm so sorry you had it so rough, Gen X. I'm really, really sorry for you. Now you're like the last generation to actually get like pensions and Social Security. Not all of you, but a lot of you. But not all of you. Yeah. I don't feel terribly bad for Gen X. I'm not mad at Gen X. They didn't really do anything wrong like the Boomers did. The Boomers did the majority of the damage. The Gen Xers were just like kind of whiny. But like, man, no one really cares about them.
Millennial health is already declining by 27, when many of them haven't even moved out of their parents' house.
The boomer days, everyone protested everything, and it was all Marxism. Now they love the government. Well, see, the boomers went from like hippies in like the 60s, 70s, because, you know, they didn't like have any money. They're all like, let's live together, man, and smoke weed and drop acid. And then they started making a lot of money, and they're all like, now we're like fucking Reaganauts, bro, and we're super capitalist. Now that they're getting older, they're like, wait, no, I actually want free money. And so they're moving back into that Marxism. They cannot remain consistent. They're like, it's very predictable what they're going to do. They just want stuff. They just want stuff for nothing. They don't want to give anybody anything, but they want stuff for free their entire lives. A generation of absolutely spoiled brats who are completely in the dark about, well, the modern world, but also the world that they grew up in.
It doesn't help that only 67% of millennials have a primary care doctor, compared to 84%.
Foot says, boomers sold out all our jobs. Gen X was screwed out of work. Gen X did fine. Gen X were doing fine. They didn't do as good as the boomers. admittedly, but they didn't have as bad it off as like millennials. And millennials don't have it as bad as Gen Z. Millennials have it pretty rough, but Gen Z, you gotta feel bad for them, dude. They, like, most of them live in their car.
The baby boomers. You really can't get preventative care if you're not seeing anyone that can prevent things. Before we get to the most universal...
Fuck doctors. I don't trust doctors. I don't fucking trust doctors. Look, I get it. You're going to try to sell me a pill or put a needle in my arm because you get kickbacks from, like, Pfizer and shit like that. No, I'm not. I haven't seen a doctor in a long time. And if I croak, I fucking croak. I don't care. It's not my problem. It's everybody else's problem.
Reason for
There's dad's dead body in the living room. Now what are we going to do?
an increase in millennials' deaths. Why are all the reasons above so much worse in the United States? Well, the number of excess deaths in the country has been steadily rising since 1980. Americans might know that year as the start of Reagan's presidency and the much debated
My dad loved Reagan. Loved him.
Reaganomics. Reagan's
He's a quintessential boomer, though. He is the boomerist of boomers.
economic and political decisions handed unprecedented power to corporations over consumers.
Yeah, he also did like the National Firearms Act, so he took away fully automatic. He made it illegal to sue pharmaceutical companies for vaccine damages. He made no-fault divorce, so that way it would break up families and women would get a bunch of money for essentially no reason. Reagan kind of fucking sucked. I mean, like, he did a lot of bullshit, dude. And the boomers just absolutely worship the guy. He kind of fucking sucked.
Started the rapid slashing of the social safety net that has more or less been continued.
Bennett says, I feel bad for Zoomers actually believing jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
By the administration since then. It turns out the social safety net exists for a reason.
Yeah, that's, yeah. The can't melt steel beams. Actually believing jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
To catch you when life not so much gives you lemons, but throws them at your head. Lemons like a job loss or a heart attack. Without that social safety net, it's...
Yeah, he was just a Hollywood actor. He was just the very first Hollywood... Yeah, he's just a fucking doucher. He's a doucher, dude.
Much easier for you to just fall into the abyss of an early death.
I mean, I don't know his personality or anything like that. I'm sure he was, like, charismatic and he, like, commanded a room. And I don't give a shit about any of that. I just, like, the certain things he did. Taking away fully automatic, that directly affects me. Also, he let all the crazy people out of the fucking mental institutions. And now there's fucking crazy people everywhere. That's a fucking problem.
Maybe that's why
That's a problem. They're everywhere. They're all over the streets. They're shitting everywhere. And he's all like, don't worry, we took away fully automatic weapons. Well, that's the opposite of what I wanted. That is the exact opposite of what I wanted.
AMA study showed that excess deaths in the U.S. between 1980 and 2023 reached a shocking 14.7 million. Though mortality rates kept decreasing between 1980 and 2010, they did so at a much slower level than in other wealthy countries around the world. Meanwhile, in 2010, the trend reversed altogether. As the study's authors conclude, these deaths highlight the continued consequences.
Goofy says the mental asylum shutdowns are the number one most harmful thing he did. I wouldn't know. I haven't like looked too deeply into that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make an episode about that because I don't know too much about that.
Of U.S. health system inadequacies.
In his defense, he brought America back from the recession, but maybe. But he was more Alzheimer's than Biden and Nancy and was conjuring mediums to run the government. I don't think he brought back the from a recession. I think that just happens, dude. Like sometimes there's recessions and sometimes there's not recessions. That's just how money works and not so much politics.
Economic inequality and social and political determinants of health.
Oh, look at that.
This might make our next
Christian with a sub. Thanks, bro. Any Cyberpunk got it.
Surprising reason for young deaths among millennials a bit worse in the U.S., but it's still a universal problem. High rates of cancer, and specifically fatal cancers.
State-run asylums were hellholes, but wait. Yeah, well, at least they're not on the fucking streets. At least they're in, like, a common hellhole. Because, like, now it's just fucking up our cities. That and the immigration thing, right? So now we're just accepting other countries' insane people and then just letting them go.
Cancer is
eating cats and shit.
Rising fastest in people in their 30s. Worse still.
Oh, yeah. Weird. No, really? No way.
It's showing up more aggressively and at later stages. Research in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute found that under 55s are 60% more likely to be diagnosed late compared to other adults.
Well, I'm never going to go to the doctor. And if I go to the doctor, they're going to be like, you have cancer. I'm going to be like, see, that's why I don't go to the doctor, you fuckhead. You fucking asshole. I'm going home. That's it. They're going to be like, you have cancer and it's going to cost you $1 million and maybe we'll put some months on your life. I'm like, you're going to blast me with radiation and chemotherapy and like, I don't know, stick a camera up my ass. And you want me to pay you to do that? How do you know that's not going to kill me? It probably will.
Young Bob.
Look, I know cancer is like deadly. Don't get me wrong. But like how many people walk around with cancer and just not know it and like live a full life not realizing they have cancer, not going into chemotherapy, not going into fucking radiation or nothing like that. They just got a little cancer and they just carry a little cancer around for decades. You know, not every cancer just metastasizes to your lungs and spreads to your bones and shit like that immediately and eats you in a month. Some do, yeah.
Bodies have a few disadvantages when it comes to cancer. First of all, cancer is unlikely to be the first thing a doctor thinks of when a 35-year-old arrives at a checkup complaining about relatively mild symptoms. Second, some cancers are more aggressive in young people, especially breast cancer. And like we mentioned earlier, younger people are less likely to have a primary care physician. They're also less likely to go to the doctor overall, meaning that when cancer is finally detected, it may be too late. In 2018, adults aged 18 to 44 averaged 173 doctor visits per 100 people. For those 45...
I bet they were all women. Girls go to the doctor. Men don't go to the doctor. Women go to the doctor.
5 to 64, the number jumped to 302. And for seniors over 65, it soars to 550 visits per 100 people. And that means the average millennial is seeing a doctor once or twice a year, and some aren't seeing them at all. A study by The Lancet, published in July 2024, looked at cancer rates in adults from all the way back to 1920. They found that rates for 17 out of 34 cancers rose successively in younger generations, especially millennials, as did mortality rates. The American Cancer Society also found that between...
Christian, public subs are good, man. Where do you live? Like, you're like Idaho or something, right? Yeah, public subs fucking slap. They're so good.
1995 and 2020, young adults were the only age group in which...
I don't even know what doctors are, actually, says Renez. They're people who push drug pills on you, right? You know how you see those commercials that like, try Latuda today if you have, I don't know, gay leg syndrome. And then you see like couples like sitting in bathtubs during the sunset, that kind of shit, right? You go to a doctor and then you tell him, hey, I got a gay ass leg. And he's all like, oh, okay, well, I'll sign this right off for you. Oh, there we go. It's just a line, right? He's like, yeah, whatever, get whatever you want, I don't care. Right? He just signs it. 200 Vicodin, gotcha.
The rate of cancer incidence increased between 1995 and 2020 by 1 to 2% per year. And what are the primary...
Goofy, you hear my kids. Yeah, sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. They're loud. My kids are loud.
Cancers being diagnosed in young millennials? Breast, pancreatic, and gastrointestinal. The Annals of Oncology found that
anal
cancer deaths will rise for the first time among millennials and Gen X in European countries. The biggest increase will be in the UK, where researchers
Can just one body part be gay? No.
Expect to see a 39% increase in bowel cancer.
The whole thing is gay, dude. If you're taking it in your ass and you're like, it's just my ass that's gay, or it's just my penis that's gay, I'm like, no, the whole thing is gay. It's all connected.
Deaths in women and a 26% increase in men. Why? Alcohol, which has been tied to early onset bowel cancer. That means that the UK, with its heavy drinking culture, faces more risk than countries like France and Italy, where people drink less and less often than before. Colorectal cancer is another big
You said gay leg. Yeah, I did say gay leg. Does your leg do gay things? Does it?
issue among
Does
millennials.
it?
In the 1990s, the American Cancer Society put it as the fourth leading cause of cancer deaths in men and women under 50 years old. In 2024, it was the leading cause of cancer deaths for men and the second leading cause for women. Millennials are twice as likely to develop colon cancers as baby boomers, and gastrointestinal
Twice as likely. And millennials don't drink nearly as much as baby boomers. Baby boomers fucking are alcoholics, dude. Come on.
cancers now have the fastest growing incident among early onset cancers, while breast cancer remains the most common overall. Doctors don't believe that there is just one reason for this rise, rather a combination. The increased rates of obesity and stress definitely.
Shimo says there are women doctors, so it can't be that hard to be one. No, they have like lower like, okay, they're women firefighters, but they're not really firefighters. They just have to have like, women firefighters, right? So yeah, there's women doctors. It's hard to become a doctor if you're a man, because then you're an actual doctor, but like they have to have female doctors because it's like equality and bullshit like that. So actually, in general, our medical system is like a lot worse because of equality. Equality has never helped anybody.
Don't help. Both cause inflammation, which damages DNA, changing the microenvironment of the cells, and
Mr. Footbig is gay for pooping.
that can lead to cancer. Loneliness also causes chronic stress, which leads to this inflammation.
Renee says women doctors are necessary for vagina stuff. Vagina stuff? No, they're not. No, they're just not. Come on.
Dr. Andrea Sursek brings up another possible reason.
Who invented the vagina? God. And what was God? A man. You don't need women for vagina stuff.
Harmful environmental
Okay.
exposures that increased from the 1950s onwards, damaging cell DNA. So far, data from patients with early onset colorectal cancer
And you're probably like, how do you know God's not a woman? Oh, because he's not fucking retarded? Duh.
shows something interesting. Their microbiome is different from older patients. For those who don't read gastrointestinal studies in their spare time, the microbiome is the collection of bacteria and microbes that live in your gut. Believe it or not, you want more of those hovering around in your gastrointestinal system.
Well, women will claim R4PE, if not, though. Yeah, they claim all types of stuff. The key is not to trust them or listen to them. Women lie all the time. Like, why would you believe them for anything? Ever. Right? If a woman doctor came out to me and was like, you have cancer, I'd be like, no, I don't.
to regulate your digestive system.
You might want to check your charts and your Barbie dream house there, honey, because you got something wrong.
Gastroenterologist Dr. Robin
I'd smack her ass as she walks away.
Nicholson found that
I'd call her Toots a lot. I'd be like, Toots. Please, Toots. Dr. Toots. Dr. Sweet Melons. Please. You got your information wrong.
younger people with colorectal cancer had less diversity in their microbiome than older patients. So how do you make your microbiome diverse? Well, it helps to have a plant-heavy, fiber-heavy diet that includes a huge range of foods, not just alternating burrito and burger deliveries to your house. Except not everyone can afford or even access
Tyrone Water Malone. What's up, dude?
diets like that, as it takes time to cook healthy, balanced meals at home, and many people live in food deserts. All of this paints a worrying picture for the future. One study by Blue Cross Blue Shield found that millennial mortality rates could climb by as much as 40% compared to Gen X. Many of the problems hitting millennials,
I've had black doctors and I've had Indian doctors. The Indian doctors are actually not that bad. The black doctors, they need work. I haven't had I've had okay ones. They're not the best.
financial stress, sedentary lifestyles are only getting
Doctor sandwich making. Yeah, right. Dr. Panini.
worse for younger generation.
Is Italian lady.
What's the fix? Less screen time, more real friends, better diet.
Would you trust a tranny doctor? No. You can't even diagnose yourself properly. What makes you think you... No.
And actually getting outside. Or you could just doom scroll TikTok with a bag of Taco Bell and pretend
I
the
know
problem doesn't exist.
I know they shit in the streets. That's not. Look, yeah, I know. Look, this is just my personal thing. I've had an Indian doctor, and he was a fine doctor. He was a fine doctor. What else did I have? I had some stuff up here.
And now what?
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up. I had it in my. We're just gonna do. We're gonna do that one. Hold on. We're gonna do Karen's.
Welcome back to the Pop
We're gonna pair. So, yeah.
Meat Channel. How you doing? Come on and sit down because
Hey, you sweaty fat loser.
today we're gonna be talking
Oh, I'm getting mean tonight, boys.
about Karens.
I got some liquid anger.
You've probably been familiar with Karens, as they've been around long before the phrase was even popularized. Everyone kind of always had that little whisper.
Hog Dog says, saying, nope, I'd never have I don't know a transgender work on me or on a chopper with me on a mission specific target or recovering bodies on a plane off a mountain. No, I would not. No. Of course not. That's like, they're obviously insane. Okay? I'm surprised YouTube hasn't kicked me out.
Names in the back of my head. Karen. They're often angry, old people who have the unique ability to make
They're boomer women. The most entitled woman on the planet is a boomer woman. They think they're queens. They think they're all queens.
every situation revolve around themselves through sheer entitlement. Over the past decade, the number of Karen outbursts have only increased, leading to some pretty insane confrontations. If Karen catches you in their sights, it's already too late. Be prepared to be...
Tyrone Water Malone says, third. I had an African doctor, dude. He was lazy as fuck. Yeah, the doctor, yeah. Yeah, I've had an African doctor that didn't do shit. And he was like, I'm like, you're not a good doctor. You're not a good doctor. You're just, look, I know you got your doctorate because of your skin color and like, rise up and all that. But like, I need somebody to like actually help me. And he's all like, well, have you tried watermelon? No. No, I haven't tried. I haven't tried your miraculous watermelon tonic, okay? I'm sure it's delicious, and I'm sure it fucks you up, but it's not going to help me.
It doesn't matter if you're a restaurant or a bus. Karens are everywhere, just waiting to ruin your day. So pull out your phones and press record as we dive into some of the wildest Karen interactions out there. Click record. You'll need it for the authorities. They're on their way.
I remember working at Papa Murphy's. And
see, here's the thing. Like, the boomers made it illegal for you to assault them. It's a felony, right? Like, they used to go around beating people up, but now if you hit a boomer, it's technically a felony. If they're over the age of, like, 60, it's a felony if you hit them. But they'll still hit you, and they won't get in trouble. Or they think they won't get in trouble. And, again, the most entitled people, dude.
recorded, but a lot of people started recording. If you fucked up their pizza and they
I would like to suggest Demerol. What is Demerol again? Is it a painkiller?
do them.
I would do this at the camera. They start recording at me. I just do this.
They were all heroin addicts in the 60s. They're heroin addicts now, dude. Dude, you know how many boomers do like Vicodin and stuff? Or morphine? They're all on some shit. They're all popping pills, getting absolutely blackout drunk all the time.
What is that? And I'd say, fuck off, you old bitch. And I do a boom, boom, boom. Everyone's like, and I'm like, my driver.
Yeah, you just suplex some Karen bitch, and she'd be like, she might respect you afterwards, right? If you just pulled a fucking sweet diamond cutter off the ropes with that bitch, she might be like, okay, yeah, that was a little out of line, and I apologize. And okay. Now go back in your house. Okay.
You watched the news recently. One Karen in particular has
Off the ropes, dude. Right? Just climb on top of her car and just fucking put a dent in her hood.
taken the world by storm. At a Phillies game on September 5th, a home run was hit into the stands, and fans began to fight over the
Goofy says, I'll be home soon, boo-boo. Pull the burgers out of the fridge in a couple minutes. Is everybody in my chat fucking dating? Look, I know we're a sex cult and stuff like that, but I think you guys are running with it.
ball.
I think you guys are absolutely running with it.
Who comes out on top with the ball? Among the crowd was a man named Drew Feltwell, who was specifically
Okay, that's a very strange... Okay.
at the game, not only to celebrate his son's birthday, but to catch a home run ball and give it to him as a gift for his birthday. How wholesome
that's
is
a
that?
nice guy,
You go,
yeah.
son. I love you, Dad. You're my dad. You're my boy. You're a good kid. Drew succeeded, grabbing the ball and returning to his family in excitement. However, what was almost a wholesome and memorable moment for the young man soon turned sour, downright rotten. An older woman.
Okay, so I know what's about to happen. And, like, women didn't used to act like this because it was acceptable hitting a woman. Maybe those days should return. You know, they kind of crave it. They honestly do. Like, this is why they act like this. They just want somebody to put them in line. You know, like when somebody acts like completely out of line, they crave structure, right? And you just need to rack them one. Just rack them. Just, right? That's all they need. Then they're going to get in the fucking kitchen. Oh, there we go. Clean those kitchen. Clean the dishes and stuff. I'm happy now. I'm not causing no problems. I'll make a pie after this. It's exactly what happens. It's science, dude. It's science. And the people in government knew this was the case. And so they're like, we're going to make it illegal to hit women. That way, it's going to bring the country down. It's going to ruin the population. Then there's going to be a bunch of wild bitches running around. And no one's going to be able to do anything about it. Evil. Evil. Prove me wrong.
An older woman.
Shimo says baseball is a boring sport. I couldn't agree more. Boomer shit, dude. Baseball is boomer shit.
I just hate saying that. Old woman.
Christian says, I love you, John. Love you too, buddy.
Is there anything grosser, really? Any woman after the age of 20.
Footbig says women need dominating. And that's exactly my point. They don't like pussy bitch men. They really don't. Right? They shit test because they kind of want to get their fucking shit rocked. Right? They want to feel feminine. They want to feel dominated. You just give them what they want. Right?
25. Yikes.
Shimo says Mrs. Sulk is a lucky lady. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a reason why she never pops up on camera. 2 black eyes. Boom. Always. Didn't even do anything wrong because I have her so well trained. I just want a reminder.
Yikes.
Every time she looks in the mirror, she looks like a fucking raccoon.
Yikes. 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 Ew. An older woman rushed towards
Christian says domestic violence is the cornerstone of society. Based.
the father and started berating him, claiming that he had ripped the ball directly out of her hands. Show the clip of it.
Hog Talk says NFL is boomer, baseball is as American as apple pie. Look, watching sports and getting mad about it is fucking boomer, right? That's just boomer shit right there. Watching sports and giving a shit about that's boomer shit. Watch sports, enjoy it and stuff like that, but if you're like, oh, I love my team and I'm gonna, wear my shit, it's just very boomer to me, man. It's just boomer shit. What if you had... Oh, Nightwave. Hey, what's up, Mersh? What if you had $5,000 on the Eagles? I'm like, that's some Chad shit, though, right? Gambling is always cool. All right? Gambling is always cool.
Bust the teeth out of your mouth. You hear me, old
That's based right there.
bitch? Saying, oh, really? Oh, really? And I'd be like... I'm on the Jumbotron. He's dominant. I'm like, come on, son.
Is that
Get
fucking
one out. He's
Mersh?
like, ah, okay.
Is that Mersh? Is it?
Eye pops out.
Yeah,
a
that's
little bit.
Mersh. What's up, dude?
Trying to put her eye. Fucking wild dogs just running off the street. Start ripping at her. Not willing to fight it out with a ravenous Philly fan.
All the cool
ultimately
kids
gave
pee in
up
their
the
pants,
ball
it's true.
So the
Yeah,
Vance
these are
family could be
facts.
left in peace. This was met with aggressive disapproval from everyone surrounding them as the section began to erupt with boos.
Hawk says boomers made everyone wait until 21 to be an adult and made... Look, dude. Now they're like, you have to be 21 to smoke cigarettes. Like, are you fucking serious? Why do you feel like you own the next generation? They always feel like, oh, we own... You guys were smoking fucking... First of all, you had kids when you were like 18 years old, right? Smoking cigarettes when you were like 12 and shit. You were doing drugs and driving drunk when you were like 18, 20, and you did that all the time. And then the worst thing was like, you maybe get a ticket for driving drunk. And now they're all like, we had our fun, and now we've decided that you guys are not allowed to do that. And if you do, if we catch you having fun, we're going to bury you with a DUI. And we're going to charge you so much fucking money for that. We better not catch you having fun. Like, damn, dude, when did the country get so gay? This country used to fuck. Like, it used to be metal and shit. It's not metal anymore. It's just gay. It's just lame, dude. Now you can't even have automatic weapons. I can't have full auto anymore. It's lame.
And people started yelling at her to give the ball back to the child. Yeah, right. The Phillies Karen was not going to back down and started flipping off the entire audience in her section. She even went so far as to chase down people criticizing her.
Oh, God, dude. I'd punch her in the back of the head. I'd punch her right in the back of the head. Right where that little spot is, right? You know, right there. And then she just go rolling down the stairs. And those are long stairs, rolling down them. Right? And I'd be like, yeah. And then everyone clapped. Everyone stands up and starts clapping. Like slow, right? Woo! Oh, thanks.
Scream at them about how she was in the right.
And they'd be like, he killed her!
That's a real way to fuck up a Karen's day. God, you look so tired. Why don't you go take a nap? The whole thing was broadcast live, and on top of being projected to the entire stadium on a jumbotron, it wasn't long before her face spread throughout the internet.
Oh,
like
that's
wildfire,
funny,
with
dude.
people scrambling
That's
to discover
funny.
her identity so they could ruin her life. That's maybe a bit too far, but you know, it is what it is. Meanwhile, the Sun was showered with positive energy from sports fans. Not only did other fans approach him to give him their balls, but the Miami Marlins gifted him a goodie bag.
America is like the Heart Kid from Captain Planet. So lame. What's a Heart Kid? What's a heart? I'm sorry, I don't know Captain Planet well enough. Is it like the AIDS kid? All those 80s cartoons had the AIDS kid, right? And they all had to feel bad for him. But they're all like, oh no, we can't treat him different just because he has AIDS. He's always white. He's always white. He's just a normal kid. He's just got AIDS. I'm like, he's white. Why is he fucking white? Everyone, do you guys see he's fucking white? Why does this white kid have AIDS? What did he do? Oh, were his parents gay? Did he get adopted by one of those gay couples? And he got his ass plowed, didn't he? Yeah, that's probably what happened. It's sad. It's sad. Fucking gay people. I fucking hate those gay people.
And Philly center fielder Harrison Bader, who fucking...
And I'm just out here punching Karens.
He's just a Phillies player. Met with him to give him a signed bat. I mean, that's kind of sick.
Love was his power. What a homo.
How that evil hag ruined your day?
Yeah.
Not anymore, buddy.
This one's for you.
This one's for you, big man. He's like, we brought her. She's tied down on a chair out back. You know what a piñata is? Am I gonna get candy? Mm-hmm. Put it in your mouth.
I mean, if you eat blood. No. He's talking about beating a Karen to death in a chair, right? Like a bottomless chair like James Bond where they whipped his nuts with a chain. I wouldn't go that far. I'd put her in a very tiny closet where she had to stand up for maybe 72 hours without water. She'd learn her lesson then. I don't have to beat her, dude. You don't have to, like, I mean, look, beating a woman has its place. But, like, you don't always have to do it. Sometimes you could just, like, I don't know, starve them out a little. Starve them out a little.
I'm hoping she's like strung up on hooks too.
I just think give the kid the ball.
Is it Saw?
She had to have been drunk, right?
No, I think she's high off the excitement. She saw a weak target, pushed him down.
Well, she didn't even grab it from him. She like went up and she's like, "You stole it from my hands," or whatever. So it's like, well, I got it before you. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. No, it's supposed to be mine. Feels like very drunk energy to me. You doing that?
Hogdog says Magic Johnson got in his head. What is Magic Johnson doing these days? Why isn't he dead? He's had AIDS for like 50 years now. He's had AIDS, well, no, like 30 years. I thought you were supposed to die after 8. Why did Magic Johnson survive? And he looks fine. All the people they promised me were going to die from AIDS did not die. Some of them died, I'll give them that, but not all of them. And I was like, I feel like you owe me some deaths. You owe me a few boomer deaths.
The family ended up on local
Oh,
TV
money? Yeah. AIDS doesn't like money.
stations for an interview where the father claimed that not only was the ball never in her hands, but he truly didn't even notice the woman at all until she suddenly started verbally attacking him. At the end of the day, he claims that he wishes no ill will on her. Well, yeah, dude, he clean shop. Hey, I hope nothing bad happens to her.
Psych.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's crazy is that I think this happened a week after some like Swedish billionaire stole a ball from a kid too. Some player was like throwing up a hat. That's what it was. He put a hat up to this kid. This kid was about to grab it, and the billionaire just like swiped it.
What kind of an asshole are you, dude? Where you're like, I mean, like, just give it to the kid. You're
And
just
then he,
an
like,
asshole.
he turned away, and the kid was like trying to grab his attention and completely ignored him.
Since 1984. 1984. He's had AIDS since 1984. So he's had AIDS for 41 years. Longer than I've been alive. Longer than I've been alive. Why were they telling me in school you don't want to get AIDS? Everyone has AIDS. If you have sex before you're married, if you have sex, you're going to get AIDS. Fucking liars, dude. I feel like I was raised by liars. Society's a bunch of liars. I feel like I'm just surrounded by liars. Constantly surrounded by liars. Sucks.
But the same thing, like people rushed to the internet, found out he's a billionaire, and then the funny
Cash
thing
does
is he
cure
first
AIDS,
said, like,
right?
He wasn't sorry.
I mean, Cash made AIDS. Let's not pretend that AIDS is a real thing. Let's not pretend that AIDS came out of like someone fucking a monkey in the jungle or something like that. No, come on. No, that ain't true. Some guy in a lab made it, and they spread it around Africa to see what it would do, and then it became a thing, and it wasn't even an accident. It's not even an accident. Come on. AIDS was on purpose. That's a medical fact. And YouTube, if you want to double check me on that and like say I've been spreading medical information because I've gotten checked for that, then be my guest. Be my guest. I will spread all the medical misinformation I please.
And then the next day, he immediately like,
Okay, fine, I'm sorry.
yeah, I didn't even know.
Ben says fibromyalgia is real. Ask women. Fibromyalgia is not real. It's not real. It's made up so people don't have to work. There you go.
Notice the kid. What a fucking dickhead, dude. While the
Hog Dog says, Dr. Sulk, AIDS is a lie. AIDS is a lie. Being gay is true, though, and that weakens you, and it weakens your spirit.
concept of Karen is not
That's what you see. It's not some sort of mythical virus. No, having gay sex makes you a weak ass man, and then just like I don't know, diseases like toxoplasmosis can kill you really easy because you're such a bitch. Because you're a bitch, dude. That's why.
novel in any
You're
way.
a homo.
People are convinced that the COVID-19 quarantine from a few years back resulted in Karens multiplying.
Footbig says, LOL, he believes women. Yeah, that's weak. That's weak fucking, that's bitch shit. That's weak sauce.
Was the real pandemic, not the fake disease that the news wanted you to worry about.
It's funny because Renee's has been the only one donating tonight.
There was
So thanks for news.
divide. Cells dividing, manipulated. And Karen just kept forming with that fucking stupid swoosh haircut. Little, like, lab fetuses sprawling.
Despite says, I thought Patient Zero was a gay Canadian sky waitress. No, that's silly.
What if that was the real thing that China was doing?
Oh, and they're gonna
Ben says Mersh has Toxo. Dude, we all have Toxo. Like, most people have it.
like airdrop them
Exactly.
in America.
And then just like parachute drop them.
That's why they have to give AIDS patients fucking medicine, because AIDS, the Toxo will kill, like, if you're like, you know, strong and shit, Toxo ain't gonna do anything, but like most people have Toxo. And like, if you have AIDS, then it's gonna kill you. That's why toxoplasmosis is good for our society. It kills the gay people.
I'm like the baby Grinch in the movie, whatever, those little things.
See? It works out. God has a plan. God has a plan, and he's working on our side.
Land down and start assaulting a child at a lemonade stand. Do you have a permit? This video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Sleep is so important to
I
your
don't
health
want
and
to listen to
productivity.
your
But one of the
ad. I'm going to check my phone. For some reason, it's buzzing a lot. Hold on. I don't want to... Okay. Yes, my son got new boots. my son got new
Helix
boots.
Sleep for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video. On a flight to Atlanta, the calm cabin was disrupted when an argument between an old man and a younger woman turned.
I love the animation where they didn't even... Like, the box and everything. That's... okay, let's just do this and shake it around. Perfect. Love it.
Violent. The woman was in the aisle when she saw the man with his mask down.
During COVID, I walked around Disney without a mask on. And a bunch of people got in my face. Like, a bunch of the workers got in my face and stuff like that. They're like, do you have a mask? Do you have a mask? Do you have a mask? I'm like, no. Do you? And they didn't. They didn't have a mask. So they left me alone. They didn't have extra masks. They didn't have extra masks they can give me. So they just leave you alone. It was pretty funny.
On which he refused to do because he was just pulling down momentarily to eat.
What do you mean you're nothing to me, Christian? What do you mean?
You pissed off about that?
No.
I lived in Portland, Oregon at the time. Let me tell you, it was like...
Ew, you lived in Portland? Of course you lived in Portland. Portland is fucking disgusting. Ew, you look exactly like a person that would live in Portland. I am not even kidding.
a battlefield. I didn't like the old people excuse of like, I can't breathe with it. I'm like, come on.
No, I wouldn't get mad. If you're eating, you're fine. I'll just walk away. I don't know.
Well, she's in it. She can't. She's in a plane. Even back then, I'm like, even if you have this mask on, dude, you're getting like, and if you're getting sick if you're on an airplane. There's just no way. Especially whenever you see the people that. One thing that pissed me off is like, you're gonna get mad at this guy for eating a granola bar, but you're not gonna say anything to the guy who has it like down under his nose. Yeah. Whatever, like sneezing all over the place. But you know, that being down, he's eating his granola bar, and this sent her into a fucking frenzy. She demanded he put it on repeatedly. Before
You don't have
stewardess
yours on, though. Why? You don't have yours on.
had to come in and break up the fight. Before she could, the woman punched the man in the face.
Oh, bitch. Oh, you're going to see. Oh, dude. Like, okay, so I need legal advice here. If she hits you, do you have full legal authority just to unload every ounce of power you have on her? Like, I know girls don't hit that hard, but if she hits me first, can I just completely fucking wow! Right? Just wail it out, dude. Just like bring the heat. Or is that like, okay, like she's dead now. She stopped breathing. You hit her once and she stopped breathing, and that was the end of her life. I'd be like, well, she hit me first. It was self-defense. Is that cool? It's still only my fist. But, like, really, I could hit it, like, let me see. I want to see what you guys say. Is it okay to punch a woman after she hits you? Depends on what state. What? Really? Depends on what state? So women have free reign just to beat up who they want, and I can't beat the hell out of her? Because I would. If some lady hit me, first of all, I'd laugh, right? With my, like, hands on my head. I'd be, ha ha ha! And then I might strangle her a little bit. And then I might punch her to death. Maybe.
From there,
Ben says yes. Rocky says yes. Foot says yes. Okay. All right. So this is basically a death sentence. This is a death sentence. Right? Because women don't look at the person they're hitting before they hit them, right? If a man hits another man, he's going to size him up first and be like, if I hit this guy, can he kill me? But a woman, she'll hit whoever she wants. It doesn't matter. She doesn't think she's going to get hit back. But, ooh, she hits old sulky boy. And then she's going to know the fury and the wrath. Right? Because I'll be like, Madam, you have strucketh the wrong man. For I do not believe in women's rights. And so I shall bring the fury of God upon thee. And, I don't know, drop an elbow on her face. Right? I might not kill her, but she would remember. She would have like a visible, like her nose would be like next to her ear, like because it would have to be permanent, right? Without significant surgery, like I would disfigure her. Maybe not kill her if she's lucky, but I would disfigure her to the point where she'd have to look at it every day and be reminded of her mistake.
all hell broke loose as she began to spit on people and fight the flight attendant.
Oh, you spit on me, and that's the same thing. That's worse. If you spit on me, I'm going to dunk your head in the toilet. I'm going to shit in that toilet first, and then dunk your head in it.
The whole time, men were telling her she was going to go to jail.
And while I'm shitting in that toilet, I'm going to hold you by your neck, and I'm going to stare at you. And I'm going to get up. No, I'm not going to take time to wipe. And I'm just going to dunk your head in it. Yeah. Could be considered sexual assault. I'll go to court. I'll be like, guilty as charged, Your Honor. Guilty as charged.
For assault as soon as she landed.
And of course the judge is going to be a woman. And she'll throw the book at me. And I'll be like, I don't fucking care.
Which also, he's kind of a bit of a male Karen too. Sir, can you put it down? It's kind of the battle of the Karens right there. I think that there could be a Karen too when someone's just like, hey, pandemic, can we like just cover her face up? I don't think I will. Hey, let me tell you, I'm hungry. To me, I'm like, that's some male Karen energy too. Or even you get sucked.
I would just put like some granola into my mask and use it as a feedback like a horse. I'm following the rules. No one would get mad about that.
To the face, you're like, you're going to jail.
A fat woman, probably. If she was like fat or unattractive, it would be a million times worse. Like if she was pretty and stuff like that, I would go easy on her. I would honestly go easy on her. But like if she was not pretty, if she didn't have any sort of like sexual value to me, then I'm like, you're dead. You're gonna die. You're going to die right now. I'd say it like Christopher Walken. You're going to die like right away. I can't do impressions, but you get it.
I'll call the cops as soon as I land. Which I would do. Eventually, a passenger stood up and dragged her.
Christian says, I'm 2 W's, 0 losses in BF6 so far. I guess that's not bad, but you've only played 2 games. So, I mean, I was playing for like 3.5 hours before I got on here.
Her away from the situation. What's ironic about all of this is that while she was berating the man for not wearing a mask,
fucking look up my fucking tag. It's Sulkopath. Add me and I'll play you after the show. I'll play with you. I might be a little drunk, but I'll play with you. It's Sulkopath. Look. Sulkopath. I'm on PS5. Look that up. Fucking add me.
She too wasn't wearing a mask herself, which I know I want to say sounds like a snarky little Redditor comment, but it is just kind of funny, isn't it? She was all upset about it, but you know what's even weirder? She didn't even have a mask on herself when she was assaulting 4 people. And even if she didn't hit them, that's basically assault already as it is. Why is no one saying anything?
Yeah, I got the headphones and everything, so I'll talk to you. I'll be interested to hear your voice, and if it's all like high pitched and bitchy, I'm gonna make fun of you.
Where's my updates?
I'm gonna make fun of you. I'll be like, "What a gay voice!"
I saw so many fights break
Are you gay tard? You gay tard?
out over mass stuff. Well, I had to go to like the grocery store to get food. A lot of times, I really liked all the posts. I think we've said this. I've complained about this multiple times on this channel, but when people were like,
Yeah. Okay. PS3 will work too. Yeah. Even Xbox. It's got crossplay, so it'll be fine.
"We need to thank the DoorDash drivers for keeping this country well fed."
It's true. I would have starved.
I became pretty good buddies. I still hang out with the guy.
Your DoorDash guy?
Yeah. I used
Fuck,
to like Chipotle.
Mersh. If Mersh is still here, Mersh, fucking you do that too.
every day because
I'll message him later. I'll be like, hey, Mersh.
I had
I'll
like
be like, Mersh,
a studio
Mike.
outside of my house. I saw him so much. I'm like, if I got it, you got it, bro. I'm like, it's one of those things. Came up one time, we hung out in my studio. We just like watched Kenny versus Spinny for a while. It was fucked up. I was like, "You gotta go anywhere?" Yeah, I could take a bit off. I'm like, "Come on up." Just ate Chipotle. It was awesome.
I don't care what you guys' voice sound. I don't care what you guys' voices sound. You guys are all describing how your voices sound. I don't care. I don't fucking care.
I'm a social guy too. I gotta have.
I mean, like, I don't care. Like, you can tell
I
me.
mean, that was
And you see him every day. Too.
Y'all got Gamecast? What's Gamecast? What is Gamecast? What is that? I should get a Delgado so I can play my PS5 on my fucking computer so you guys can watch me play.
Too.
every day to the point where we were like sitting outside, we were talking. You know, we're doing the social distancing thing.
Mr. Sheely is gone. I was thinking the Toxo line would get a response. Yeah, I mean, I pop into his chat sometimes and I'm gone in 5 minutes, so I get it.
And then after a while, I was just like, "You just want to come on up, man."
Yeah.
It almost seemed like gay sex. That's what it seemed like. After a while, I was just
I bet you he's wearing a Sulk Stream shirt right now. Right, Mersh?
like, I mean, are we twins, or-
Did he deliver you a pizza? Is that
I should fucking call Royce right now. You think he'll get annoyed if I call him? He'll pick up. I promise you he'll pick up. He'll be like, what? What do you want? I'll be like, I just wanted to call you. I'm on my stream right now. I wanted you to say hi to my chat and stuff like that. He'll be like, fuck off.
led into the gay sex?
I'm not going to do
Which-
it, but it'd be
which
funny.
honestly felt more sexual than a pizza. How am I going to pay for it? I mean, the transaction's totally done. I got a tip inside. You got a tip inside you. You can put your tip inside me. You want to go upstairs and play tummy sticks?
That's romantic.
Don't play tummy sticks. Don't play. Ew.
Yeah,
You got too much tummy and too little stick.
nothing more romantic than two gay guys saying, "You want to play tummy sticks?" Karens. We're talking about Karens. In 2021, 61-year-old Timothy Armstrong was drunk on a flight from LA. I like how this
Nice.
Karen thing is just going to be drunk people. That's just going to be every story. In 2021, 61-year-old Timothy Armstrong was drunk on a flight from LA to Salt Lake City. I would too. I would be too. Go back in that fucking, you just get berated by Mormons as soon as you land down. You step out of the plane. Huh? Can we take you to church?
Hold on. Mormons are nice people. Mormons are nice people. They are. They're nice people. Yeah, they have their beliefs and stuff, but Mormons are nice people.
He began to yell at an Asian woman on the plane to sit down, but she was only doing so because she had back issues. Oh, goddamn! Sit your ass down! Stretch out her back. Oh, for fuck's sakes! He began to yell racist remarks, telling her and the flight attendant she didn't belong here.
Based.
You get her off this plane! Who even are you?
SP says, I've been drunk on every flight. I couldn't do that, dude. Because, like, when I land, I need to carry stuff, including my children, and sometimes even my wife. And the bags. Always the bags. Always the bags. So imagine having 2 kids and a wife and the entire family's luggage to carry. And then you have to load them into a car that you rented and then drive that car home. Or wherever you're going. It's a pain.
Have you seen Rush Hour? Oh. Shit! I need help! The woman refused, and as the flight attendant...
Okay, Christian says request sent. And I'm going to go to my PlayStation and deny it.
told him to
just to be a fucking dick.
calm down, he began to growl and chew on
G-night.
his neck.
Sorry, I don't like to mix work and play. I'm a professional. That's why I drink on the job. Neil, you'd enjoy some Neil Young covers? Okay, send me a Neil Young cover and I'll play it. Send me a Neil Young cover with a $5 donut and I'll play it. Otherwise, no.
He then stands up and starts yelling at the staff. They told him to sit down, but convinced himself that the plane had landed and that the staff was trying to hold them against their will. Which I love that idea where it's like, look out, we have it. We're in the air. Look out the window. I'm not going to.
Look out the window. We haven't even lit. Did you see the sky? Did you see that? We weren't off the ground. This isn't a train. Okay? Even if it were a train, did you see buildings speeding past? No. We have not left the ground. You must have been trashed, homie. You must have been trashed. What is nice on a flight is Xanax. Like, oof. You give me a Xanax before a flight? That is magic town for me. That is the place to be. Being drunk is like, because you're going to be like hungover, right? But like, you give me a Xanax before a flight, and I am good to go. I am fucking quality after that.
You give me your mask. This then led them to sitting in his seat, rambling about Joe Biden, the state of America. I mean, what the fuck is...
This is Biden's fault. I'd be like, hey, excuse me, ma'am. Can you switch me seats? I want to sit next to this guy. I want to hear what he has to say. The whole flight, yeah. You can go ahead and sit next to my wife and the two kids over there. They're sweet. You'll get along fine. I want to sit next to this guy. He seems fucking hilarious. And I'll be like, me and him, you and me, buddy, we're going to get along just fine. All right? And we're going to have a fucked up conversation at the top of our lungs because I'm going to start drinking too. And I pull out a bag of miniatures, like a Ziploc full of a miniature vodka that I'm not supposed to drink on the flight, but I'm definitely gonna. Yeah. What? I'm not a Boy Scout.
Sleepy Joe even doing?
Valium is also acceptable. Valium fucking is titties.
Wake up! You voted for him too, didn't you? Oh. Yeah. Oh. As soon as the plane landed, the man was escorted off the plane by 3 officers and later was cited for public intoxication as well as disorderly conduct. A lot of Karens on planes. Also, that's the thing. People think that Karens are just... Because there's not a male Karen. Or there's not like a male Karen, right? Name?
Ken?
Yeah, but I would just hear he's a male Karen, is what I've heard. Because Karens can be both man and women.
Exactly.
That's how exclusive they are.
Karen is gender fluid.
That's kind of hip. Me and Nick were on this flight.
That's gay as fuck. No, Karen is specifically for women. There's also male boomers, but that's just a boomer. Like, a Karen is a female boomer. Right? A Karen is a female. A male boomer is just a boomer. You guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Karen is it's like a cow and a bull, right? A boomer is the male. A Karen is a female boomer. Is this difficult for you?
And this guy was just pissed because this woman was like, which to be fair.
That guy's beard hair looks like vagina hair on a French chick. Ew. Yeah, though. Ew. But yeah. Ew. I mean, if he wasn't, he has 3.1 million subs. So he's doing pretty well, but if he didn't have that, I'd be like, bro, you need to pull your shit together.
Fair. No one wants to be on a fucking plane where the flight attendants are.
He's probably making millions.
Funny. This woman's like, thank you for flying Southwest. You could have flew American. You could have flew Delta. But you chose us. Thank you for flying.
Hey, Southwest is the worst. Southwest, I mean, Delta is the worst, but Southwest is pretty much, it's very close.
Southwest. She has this whole, like 3.5 minutes. I mean, it was a full number. And then she's done, she's like, so thank you again. There's a couple people that, like, whatever. And this guy was like, "Oh God, this stinks!" Like yelled it right at her face.
He said, "Don't quit your day job."
Yeah, but he's like sitting there, and she was like, "Okay, oh, this stinks," and everyone's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "Yeah, don't quit your day job." It's kind of funny.
Okay. He looks around for other people that are laughing. I can see that being funny. See, I love making very uncomfortable jokes in public and just looking at other people for reactions I know I'm not going to get, right? I'll make a terrible, very rude joke and then look and yeah, right. Yeah. Mexicans, am I right?
There was some other guys who did. That was a bit. I was like, well, yeah, that's acceptable.
And there's always that one guy who's like, yeah.
You already got her once with it stinks. And he's like, yeah, don't quit your day job.
That hurt her feelings.
Yeah, hurt her feelings. That's what, yeah, she was definitely.
That's the thing between you and me, Papa. I never hurt people's feelings. I'm super duper sensitive to all the people I have encounters with all the time, except for beaners.
Like, because you know, whenever you leave a plane, they're always just like, thank you. Thanks again. He was like,
yeah.
at the Short Hills Mall in New Jersey, a woman lunged at another customer in a Victoria's Secret because she was told to honor social distancing rules. Are all of these?
Dude, COVID made people insane. It made people absolutely insane. It made people absolutely insane. It's pretty funny. Like, I remember when COVID came around and like at very first, like in January or something, I didn't know it was coming. So I was like careful about it. And I would like make Jess wear a bunch of shit before going, because I didn't know. Maybe it was real. But then I realized it's definitely not real. And I was like, okay, this is just fucking nonsense.
This is just the COVID section. Okay.
I made her wear goggles and a face mask to the store, and like she almost cried. And I was like,
and my girl Ijoma Okinta,
because nobody had heard of it by then, right? It was way too. It was still in China, dude. I was like, I'm just gonna make sure, but then I was like, okay, it's not real.
a pair of underwear, a pair of panties at Victoria's Secret. What is Victoria's Secret?
I'm kind of a monster.
I know people say that a lot, but I want to know. Was the secret that it's just like, hey, the secret is that if you want to look sexy.
Rabbit says living in Montana during lockdowns was insane. Yeah, I remember during the lockdown, me and Jess, this was before we had kids and stuff, we just smoked mad weed, dude. I think we smoked like half a pound of weed. I mean, we smoked mad weed for like, and we just sat inside for like 2 or 3 months, dude, just chilling. It was actually a lot of fun.
See, people get all wild up or get your woman all wet and shit, wear a pair of strawberry panties.
I think it's the secret is the lingerie. It's what's underneath.
You ever been in one of them?
Hawaii was chill? Really? I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, I used to always go in there when my mom was buying bras. And I just
Shima, are you in Hawaii? You're on, are you, because I'm going to Kona in like a month. I'm going to be in Kona.
I went there one time.
Hang out.
I didn't know where they were at because I was like, what the fuck? I see all this other stuff. And it's like this other woman was like, huh, yeah, this one over here. She like, pulled the thing open. It was like, and I didn't realize that you like have flat files of just panties. And they were like, which kind of?
Okay, so you're on like, you're like on Oahu though, right? So you're not on Hawaii. Kona sounds gay. Okay.
Like, I was just kind of mostly getting.
Thanks, bro.
This for me, trying to get a little sexy action going. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah. And she said, yeah, something that's finger licking good. And I was like, we're going to Kohl's.
That didn't turn you on?
No.
I'd fucking.
You sold paint, so you were essential. What does that even
up.
fucking? Is that essential? A paint salesman? I'm an essential. I'm an essential worker, so I sell paint. People really, really, really need paint. People really need paint. They need it so good. I'm essential. I'm a drug dealer. People need drugs. Essentially.
All right, which one? She's like, yeah, I'm a bit of a bulldog. Bit of a bulldog in bed.
I'd show her pictures of my wife if I had a wife.
Shimo, have you ever been to Kona? You're on a completely different island. Have you been to Kona? I mean, you say Kona sounds gay. I don't know. It might be really nice. I've never been.
What would she wear?
What would you have her wear? Oh, hell. I'd dress her up pretty with some nice sheer panties. My girl, Ijo Ma'u Kinta, was shopping for a pair of panties.
Oh, man, I would not be anywhere near somebody with a name like that. She sounds like a fucking nightmare. Oh, hey, Jessica.
You talking about me?
Yes. Jessica's the most basic bitch name in the planet, dude. That's how you know it's safe. She's like, okay, her parents are white. All right, they're not very creative, but it's fine. Whatever, my name's John.
That's like the most basic. Honey, we're so basic.
We're so basic.
We're so basic.
We're so fucking basic. We're so fucking boring and lame. I mean, we're crazy and like kind of a danger to society. That's how cool we are. Can I have another drink?
As long as you don't say things like that. Stop it.
Fucking buzzkill.
While standing in the checkout line, Abigail
Shimo lives
got
on
too close to her.
Shimo lives on Oahu.
I don't know who that is.
It's this motherfucker right here in the YouTube chat.
Oh.
This guy right here.
Oh. Oh, cool.
No, it's not cool. He's fucking lame. He says Kona's gay.
Probably because it's super touristy.
Well, probably because Shimo's a homosexual.
COVID was at its peak, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we're not.
And that's where he plows guys. That's where he has sex with men. He goes to the Kona fucking bathhouse, and he fucking lubes up the dudes. It's not. He doesn't get paid well. He volunteers. She left.
Too much more of the COVID section. It was at its peak. So when Abigail was getting too close to her,
He volunteers to lube up the dudes.
Ma asked her to stand 6 feet back and to be courteous. Please stand back. Please. Instead,
Shima says, "Wow."
Abigail became aggressive. She lunged at Ijoma, who pulled out her phone and began filming. At that exact moment, here it is.
Oh God, no! Now you.
I just got a 5 kill and diamond achievement for the cult. Fucking yeah, dude, playing for the cult. Damn, actually a 5 kill is really good.
Oh my God!
Christian, I am not going to be that good when I hop on. I'm just letting you know. When I drink, I fucking suck at it. But I will play, and then I will lead the team. But like in a moral sense.
Right in action, Abigail's coming at her. As soon as she saw the phone, she realized how bad she was going to look.
Despite, you can join on Xbox's crossplay, you fucking retard.
Doing this. And she starts having a
You fucking idiot, Despite. You goddamn intellectually disabled fucking midget.
meltdown. Crying her eyes out, she insists that she didn't try to attack her, which always makes you look innocent.
War Thunder? Don't play War Thunder. I don't know. I don't play War Thunder.
Do that! Anytime anyone...
What's crossplay? Crossplay? Are you having a joke, Mr. Blue? I feel like you're making Blue. Come on, bro. You've been watching this show for a long time. Okay. I kind of know your sense of humor, and it's stupid as fuck.
Everyone bursts into tears, and they're like being defensive.
Which game? No, BF6. Battlefield.
I'm always just like, motherfucker's guilty.
No, I'm just very high.
You know what I mean?
That checks
what
out.
adult? If you're a child, different story. If you're a full grown adult,
Okay, I'm going premium because